Mark, what's up? I tagged everyone. $19 people. Pardon me. I'm gonna go get a drink real quick. I'm getting ready to start coughing. Pardon me. The sinuses allergies is terrible. All right. 101 batting on, Mark. We'll see what we can do. We did pull in the 2018 case from last, well, that we did last year. We did pull a 101 bat knob of Jim Rice. So hopefully we can pull a 101 bat knob. I really like Tier 1. After this break, I will be posting a poll to see if we would be interested in a second case. I actually can get the second case cheaper than what I got this case by about $100. So it would be $100 cheaper overall. Well, hopefully we can pull a 101 bat knob. In this case, come on. There we go. We get started right at 7 o'clock. Came in a little bit early. Rome, what's going on? Finally broke your streak of losing fillers by hitting the Red Sox and Phillies. Yeah, definitely, Mark. I had to get this because I was not allocated anything, so I had to go through a fourth party, actually, my fourth option. But my secondary option was able to get one late, so I'd already ordered this one. So I'm supposed to let him know tomorrow if we can fill another one. If we can, then it'll be. I know it took a little bit of time to fill. We had to run 3 fillers, but by looking at a couple of other breaking groups, one that I'm highly, I would say, impressed with, I guess, as far as their pick your team pricing. They do their homework. I would say better than me. But how I got the pricing on this one was I took everyone. I counted up all the hits. Counted up all the hits and found the percentages, and then did the percentages of the case. And then I tinkered with a couple of the teams, like the Padres. I raised a little bit because of the Tatis Jr. factor, and the Blue Jays I raised a little bit due to Vlad Jr. factor. But if we think we can fill a second case, then yeah. Rome, I never win at fillers. Never. I picked it, although I take that back. I did in another group. I did win a Bill Dickey cut auto, but I never, hardly ever. I pick the same numbers every time: 4 and 8, 4 and 8. If I find a filler or a line that I like, 4 and 8's taken. I normally don't get in, and then those are the times that 4 and 8 would hit. But it seems like most people pick the same numbers over and over. Then there's some that just change it up and take whatever's left or whatever and hit. Just like John Causa hit that one filler with 3 spots. He hit all 3 spots and had 3 spots. I'm like, how do you even do that? I would never do that. If I bought 3 spots, mine would finish 10th, 9th, and 8th. Sean, what's up? What's up? All right, 7 o'clock. We're going to go ahead and get started. Good luck. I appreciate everyone getting in. Let's see what kind of nastiness we can pull tonight. I was in meetings all day, and we had a fire run. I just got back from, so I haven't seen any breaks. So this will be the first time that I am seeing the cards. So let's see what we cannot pull. Travis, what's going on? Empty box. We are going to go 1 box at a time. I think last year we may have opened every single box and then went with the packaging or did the packages, but we are going to do 1 box at a time. And I don't even know. Yeah. All right. First up, nice Trevor Hoffman out of 125. 7 out of 125. That is going to the San Diego Padres and Sal. So right off the bat, Hall of Fame auto, Trevor Hoffman out of 125. 7 out of 125. Had to focus in a little bit there. Next up, to the Toronto Blue Jays out of 375, Justin Smoke. Nice looking cards for sure. This is going out to John Causa. Justin Smoke. I've seen a lot of fire. Ahmed Rosario, 78 out of 100. We had a tractor fire, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, which we cover 87 square miles, and by the time we got there, it was like 20 minutes for leaving our station to the area because it was so rural and country. The tractor was already burned up by the time we got there. Ahmed Rosario out of 100. New York Mets going out to Richie. Put that up on the stand. Yeah, Travis, Minnesota Twins fan. I remember you from Sean Stacks. Twins. This is the home of the Twins puller, seems like. We are going to first up. Wow. Empty. First up, out of 25, David Ortiz. That is nice dual relic. Going to Rome. We've got the Red Sox on a filler. Need some Red Sox fans in here. It's a nice, nice, nice red. It looks like it's been wrote on. I want to say it almost says, oh, I don't know. It says STA. I can't tell what the fourth letter is. 18 out of 25, David Ortiz. Getting phone calls. Can't accept phone calls right now. Next up, for the Oakland Athletics, Blake Treinen out of 299. Out of 299, going to the Oakland Athletics, which is Jason Bowers. Blake Treinen, I think. So we will put that up right there. Next up, the dual auto. Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez out of 25. Going to Brian Roth and the Cleveland Indians. This was another late team that was taken out of 25. Jose and Francisco Lindor. We'll go this side. We'll keep going down this side. Let me see here. Move some around so we can see. There we go. Box. It's a nice dual auto for sure, Brian. Oh, we got 4 cards. Oh, we got 4. First up, Michael Kopech. Out of 375, going to the Chicago White Sox, and Chris Parsons. Michael Kopech. Looks like it's lagging. Is your video lagging? It is on my phone. Next up, to the San Diego Padres out of 375, Eric Hosmer. So the second Padres hit tonight. Going to Sal out of 375. Next up, for the Cardinals, Silver Ink, Adolis Garcia, 1 of 10. 1 of 10. That is going out to Doug Ford and the Cardinals. The Silver Ink, Adolis Garcia. This was a San Diego Padres box out of 150 again. Trevor Hoffman. Trevor Hoffman out of 150. Do want to look at this corner? No, the corner looks fine. It looked like the corner was bent, but it's not. Trevor Hoffman out of 150. So we had pulled a Trevor Hoffman out of 125 and 150. That's 3 hits for the Padres on the night. Okay. First up, for the St. Louis Cardinals again, Matt Carpenter out of 375. Matt Carpenter out of 375. That is going out to Doug Ford again. Is it still lagging? My video shows good quality on my phone now. Next up, for the Royals out of 250, Heath Philmeyer out of 250. Heath Philmeyer. This is going to the Kansas City Royals and John Kaza. Heath Philmeyer. Next up, out of 10 on the Silver Ink, Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp going out to Sal, the LA Dodgers. He was just recently released by the Cincinnati Reds, but he was an all-star last year. Tier 1 talent, Matt Kemp, silver auto out of 10. In the box. Let's see. Do a little. There we go. Yeah, I don't know if it's Facebook or if it's me. Oh, let's see. Let's go. Out of 375, Buster Posey for the San Francisco Giants, which is Ryan Tyree. Buster Posey out of 375. Next up, picked him up for my fantasy baseball team, Jeff McNeil out of 250. Out of 250. Nice looking rookie for the New York Mets. Going out to Richie Kolb. 250, Jeff McNeil. Next up, for the New York Mets again, Tom Glavine, 10 out of 10. So this was a New York Mets box. We have pulled some nice Hall of Fame autos so far. Tom Glavine out of 10. That is going out to Richie Kolb. Take out Blake Trinan. Put on Tom Glavine out of 10. Let's see if I can get this without knocking them over. First up, for the Milwaukee Brewers, Lorenzo Cain out of 375 on the bat relic. That is going out to Mike Smith. Lorenzo Cain, 375. Well, this guy was picked up on my fantasy baseball team too, drafted by me. Austin Meadows out of 250 for the Tampa Bay Rays. And that is going out to Sean. He just called it in the comments as well. Out of 250, Austin Meadows should be returning next week from his thumb injury. Hopefully he can continue what he was doing. Then we have Marcell Ozuna out of 150. This pack had 4. Didn't realize it until right now. Marcell Ozuna, the big bear. For the St. Louis Cardinals, going out to Doug Ford. Marcell Ozuna. Then to the Philadelphia Phillies in Rome. At a 375, Aaron Nola. Pitched a good game last night against Cardinals. Aaron Nola at a 375. Halfway through. We're halfway through. We will do the hit recap like normal. First up, for the Toronto Blue Jays, Marcus Stroman out of 375. Marcus Stroman out of 375. That is going out to John Cazza. Marcus Stroman out of 375. Next up, out of 200, Scott Kingery. It's going out to Rome and the Philadelphia Phillies. That I know, Sean, that I know. Going to the New York Mets, autoed relic out of 50, Jacob deGrom. The Mets have had a nice break tonight. Going out to Richie Kolb out of 50. That is a sticker auto. I was surprised the Yankees lasted as long as they did because we had them at 150. Other groups I've seen them at 220. So I was very, very surprised. First up to the Chicago Cubs, Albert Almora out of 375. That's going to Scott Bolin. Reading the comments. Yeah, there's a lot of the same teams being hit, Mark. That's for sure. Travis Shaw out of 299. Going to the Milwaukee Brewers and Mike Smith. 299. Next up is a nice one. Kyle Tucker. Kyle Tucker out of 200. Going to the Houston Astros. And Jason Bowers. He has to be happy with that one. He collects Kyle Tucker. We got 4 to go. 4 to go. And we will have our typical skunk protection for the ones that do skunk. First up, for the Yankees, Aroldis Chapman out of 375. That is going out to Bravo. Out of 375. You can see a little bit of the pinstripe right there in the side. Next up, to the Toronto Blue Jays, Danny Jansen. Danny Jansen out of 250. That is going out to John Cousin. Next up, to the New York Yankees, Luis Severino out of 120. I think he is out until the All-Star break or after the All-Star break, I do believe, that I've seen. Luis Severino out of 120. 3 to go. First up, out of 375, Max Kepler. Going out to the Minnesota Twins, which is John Kaza. Max Kepler out of 375 for the Minnesota Twins. Next up, out of 375, Bat Relic to the Colorado Rockies, Nolan Arenado. That is going out to John Bohatch. Nolan Arenado out of 375. Next up, had already pulled a Heath Fillmyer. So a second auto for Heath Fillmyer going out to the Kansas City Royals, which is John Kaza. Heath Fillmyer. And out of 150, Jose Ramirez to the Cleveland Indians and Brian Roth. Jose Ramirez out of 150. 2 to go. Right there. The box. Yeah, lots of doubles for sure. Justin Upton out of 375. Justin Upton out of 375 to the Angels and Bravo. Next up, Tier 1 talent out of 299. Zach Cozart. Also going to the Angels. Zach Cozart at $2.99 going to Bravo. Bravo gets the whole box. Chad Green out of $2.99. Chad Green out of $2.99 going to the New York Yankees. Adam Bravo. Last box. Good luck. If you have not hit, I'm pulling for you. If you have hit, I'm pulling for you too. You do have a redemption. All right, first up, 1 of 1, Khris Davis and the Oakland Athletics going out to Jason Bowers. So we do hit a 1 of 1. Khris Davis. That is some sick looking patch. Patch is. One of 1, Khris Davis. Let's see. I'm going to flip that over so I don't even see it. Next up, Gene Segura out of $2.99 going to the Seattle Mariners and Kevin Bryant. Gene Segura out of 299. Next up, the redemption. Tier 1 talent autograph of Khris Davis. Also going to the Oakland Athletics. Tier 1 autograph of Khris Davis. Going out to Jason Bowers. So we'll do a hit recap here. We have Gene Segura out of 299. Chad Green out of 299. Zach Cozart out of 299. Justin Upton out of 375. Jose Ramirez out of 150. Heath Fillmeyer out of 250. Nolan Arenado out of 375. Bat relic. Save the 101. Max Kepler out of 375. Luis Severino out of 120. Danny Jansen out of 250. Aurelius Chapman out of 375 on the relic. Put that one for a little bit later. Travis Shaw out of 299 for the Brew Crew. Albert Amora out of 375 for the Cubs. Scott Kingery out of 299 for the Phillies. Marcus Stroman out of 375 for the Blue Jays. Aaron Nola out of 375 for the Phils. Marcell Ozuna out of 150 for the Cardinals. Save them for a little bit later. Austin Meadows out of 250 for the Rays. Lorenzo Cain out of 375 for the Brewers. Blake Trinan out of 299 for the Athletics. Buster Posey out of 375 for the Giants. Matt Kemp out of 10 for the Dodgers. Heath Fillmeyer out of 250 for the Royals. Matt Carpenter out of 375 for the Cardinals. Trevor Hoffman out of 150 for the Padres. Eric Hosmer out of 375 for the Padres. Michael Kopech out of 375 for the White Sox. David Ortiz out of 25 for the Red Sox. Justin Smoke out of 375 for the Blue Jays. Jeff McNeil out of 250. Kyle Tucker out of 200. Jacob DeGrom out of 50. We have a second Trevor Hoffman out of 125. Adolis Garcia out of 10. Ahmed Rosario out of 100. Third best hit, I would say. I don't know, the Kyle Tucker may have been better, but out of 25, Francisco Lindor, Jose Ramirez. We have a Tom Glavine relic auto out of 10. And then we have the 101 Khris Davis. This will go on the 101 page. Going out to the Oakland Athletics. So I appreciate everyone getting in. I'll do the skunk bonus. I'll have that done tonight. I'm going to post a poll to see if we're interested in a second case. If so, I'll let him know, and we'll get going. I appreciate everyone getting in. And thank you for supporting On Fire Breakers. Have a good evening.